Hey guys, how you guys doing? Today is a great day, beautiful evening, and I really like the weather. It's kind of unique, sunshine, perfect. No, it's not windy. Humidity is just perfect, and I'm so grateful to see this day, and I just wanted to share something with you guys. This is the next segment of life, life part 2. Previously on Sunday, I talked about life being a guy, and I made mention how life is like a Navy SEAL, life is like a boxer, where basically I talk about, in life you gotta prepare, because sometimes not being prepared, life will creep on you and knock you out. I said when you are well prepared to deal with life, you can enjoy the best benefit of it. You can get to see the real resources and the greatness of it. But today I'm going to talk about, life being like a poker game. For those that play the game of poker, the card and all of that. And I'm going to talk about, the legacy that you have to leave behind. Because, leaving behind a legacy is very important. But sometimes, the greatest question here is, what kind of legacy are you leaving behind? Because if you are leaving behind a legacy that nobody wants to hear about or nobody wants to pay attention to, or your legacy has such a horrible thing, it kind of like prevent people from wanting to know who you are and going deep down into seeing how much people you influence. But today, to begin, my name is Ed. This is the Ed Show. I've been doing this for a while, and I just want to say thank you to those of you guys that have been watching me live and viewing my videos and, listening to some of the things I have been saying. But like the last time I said something, I said, don't just be a guy who's just going to view my video. Don't just be a guy who's going to click like on my show or say like in some of the comments that I make. I want you to like them because of what I have impacted. I want you to like them because of some of the things I have said, whether they have influenced you or they have done something in your life, they have made changes. That's what I want. I just don't want people following me just because they want to follow me or just because I come here every day and say something. I don't want that, because I feel that, it's not really of a value to me. I want you to follow me if, I have influenced you. But life being a game of poker, I've been listening to a couple of guys who play the game of poker, and they love it. And I used to spend a lot of time watching it sometime on national TV and live TV, and watching these guys in Vegas and different areas going to play this game. But I had an opportunity to ask a guy. He has won so many tournaments, and I asked him, I said, how is a game like? He said, man, I'm going to tell you the truth. It depends on the player. He said, sometimes you might be dealt with the wrong cards. The cards that will fall in your hands might not be the right cards. But if you have so much greatness within you and you have the ability to transform those cards into a winning card, he said, that's what makes you a great player. He said, most people always want the best hand. They want to deal the cards, they get the best hand, they got the best opportunity, and it's so easy and smooth, they can just drop it on the table and win and walk away. He said, but the most challenging part and the most enjoyable part about it is when the card that is given to you is completely not the kind of cards you want. And you have to be able to turn those cards into a winning card. So that's what life is like. You play life, you have this game that you got to play, which is life. And sometimes you're sitting at the table, you have to, the card is being dealt to you, and sometimes the card may not be physical card. It might be the situation you find yourself in. It might be some of the things that, you get to facing at the end of the day. It might be some of the people you have to deal with before the day ends, and you have to be able to deal with them in the right way so you can get out of there and become a champion. So that's the greatest thing about life. You have to play the right cards. You have to play the right thing. Sometimes you might find yourself in a situation for a very long time, but it's not the situation that defines you. The situation doesn't define you. The situation is there to prepare you and to see how mentally and physically you are prepared, to see the kind of capacity you have to transform things, to see the kind of capacity you have to turn around ugly situation into a better one. You know, so that's why most poker players that win tournament, that's what they do. They kind of like get the wrong cards being dealt in their hand, and they turn those cards to a winning card, and they go about winning. So life is almost like that. You know, you might wake up in the morning, things might seem to go fine from the beginning, but before noontime, boom, you find yourself in the wrong spot. Before noontime, you get the wrong information. Before noontime, you know, something very terrible happened. Now, those things that you can't control them. You cannot control those things that's going to happen. Because those are things that catch you unaware you are not prepared for. But one thing you can control is the decision to get out of there in a safe manner. It's a decision to get out of there as a champion. It's a decision to get out of there as a winner. That one you can control. That one you have a perfect control over it. That one you can sit down, you can orchestrate a perfect plan on how to get out of it. But some of these awkward situations, you just don't have control over them. You know, it might be finding yourself in the wrong relationship. It might be a family member. Your expectation about them is so high. Maybe you're going to meet them. Maybe they promise you something, right? And you go there and the expectation drops so low because of what they told you or because of what they had to tell you. You can't control that. But you can control the next step. You can control the next decision. You can control your next move. So basically, you have control over the next move that will give you the chance to stand up as a champion. They give you the chance to stand up as a winner. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. You wake up in the morning, sometimes things just don't seem to go well. The kids are acting up and everything's not working in the right direction. And the next thing here is about legacy. What kind of legacy are you leaving behind so that people will stand up tomorrow and say, oh, this guy passed along this road. This journey he took, it was great. This is the footprint of Peter. This is the footprint of Henry. Henry's footprint have set history. You know, what kind of legacy? You know, I love this part about legacy because the life we live is that we're writing a book. You know, like we're writing a book. It's not every good book that becomes the bestseller. It's not every good book that people is going to buy. It's not every good book that is going to draw the attention of reader. But you have the opportunity in your hand because it is your life. You are writing a book. From the moment you breathe that breath, you get out. The writing starts. You are the author. You know, sometimes, you know, the great thing about it is in this book, writing about your life is you have the ability to omit certain things. You have the ability to change certain things. You have the ability to go back to the drawing board and say, look, this is not right. This is not supposed to be in this part. This is not supposed to be in chapter 1. This is not supposed to be in chapter 2. So I'm taking it out. You know, so this is the kind of thing you want to do. You want to leave a legacy behind that today or tomorrow when you are dead and gone and people go to your funeral, they don't even have to say anything. Because of what you have left behind, the kind of legacy, the kind of book you have written. You know, they will just stand there and just read off of it. They will not add on to it. They will not subtract. So what kind of legacy are you leaving? This is very, very important because you have to realize that we are here to leave a print behind. It's like you are walking in the sand. Your footprint has to be left. But it's your footprint that you are leaving in the sand. The question should be asking yourself, will people be glad to see that footprint? Will people be glad to write the book that you are leaving? Will people be glad to talk about your legacy? You know, I want you to think about this because some of us, I hear a lot of people say, I'm living my life. I don't care what happened. Trust me, it's about time. You got to pause and think about what you're doing. It's about time you got to pause and think about the path that you are taking. It's about time you got to pause and see the life I'm living, this book that I'm writing. Is it a bestseller? Is it going to sell? Will people be glad to see this book on the shelf and be able to pick it up? Will people be glad to introduce this book to other people? Is my writing really online? Trust me, guys. At this moment in life, That's the best thing to do. Sit back. Say, I have to leave a legacy. But what kind of legacy I'm leaving behind? My life being a book. How many people are going to read it? How many people are going to want to introduce it to people? Is it going to be a bestseller? Think about it. Your life is in your hands. You might be listening to me, but your own life is in your hand. In every decision you make in life, you are responsible for it. Everything you say or do, you are responsible for it. So write a good story about yourself. Leave a legacy that people will be glad to hear. Leave a legacy that when your kids are walking around, people will point to them and say, yes, that's the kid of this individual, because he lived a perfect and unique life. Look at some of us today. Martin Luther King, all these great guys, they left a legacy behind that we are still chasing. Nelson Mandela, they left a legacy. They did not give people money. They did not give people physical things. But the legacy that they left behind encouraged people. Look at the other day. I was, listening to the news. President Obama, the former president of this country, went to Italy to give a speech. People were so much excited. People were so much glad. Because this guy is writing a book that today or tomorrow when he's dead and gone, and people are standing at his funeral and staring at his body in a coffin, they will say, yes, there was a great man that walked on the face of the earth. There was a great man that passed along this road. What kind of legacy are you leaving behind? Are you going to be noted from one of the greatest person? Or the legacy you're gonna leave behind, people never will want to hear about it and don't even want to look at your kids or look at your family member, because it's so horrible, it's so bad, it sounds so awkward. Please guys, share this video. Your legacy is important. Life as a game of poker. You got the wrong cards sometimes, but deal them the right way to become a champion. You're sitting at the wrong table sometimes. The game is rough. Think, and deal those cards so you can walk away with all of the chips in your hand. And your hand will be lifted up, and you will be called a champion. It's not because you are given the red card. It's because the wrong cards got in your hand. But you dealt them the right way, and you became a champion. Share this video. I gotta go, guys. Thanks. I really appreciate you guys listening to me. I gotta go.